We are officially live. What is up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well. We're going to be playing some more Tainted Grail, obviously. Actually, let's do this. This. Hold on. It's being stupid. Okay. So, last time we reclaimed the All-Mother's Shrine and rang a gong, and we also touched Excalibur and reclaimed one of Arthur's memories, which we have something to do with, actually. Over here in the level up screen, we have a new attribute system. We can pick one of these to add to the efficacy of our abilities. When the King's Soul, when using the King's Soul, we deflect all incoming projectiles. Basically, they give us a little bit better, more of a benefit from our current ability, which allows us to slow time at the moment. I like this one. Dealing damage increases has a small chance of creating weird essence, which will regenerate some of the King's Soul. But there's also another one that I like. Actually, no, I think it's this. Yeah, I think it's actually no, it's this one. This one right here. If the King's Soul is fully charged automatically, oh no, it's this one. It's this one. It'll drop a little teardrop or flame on the ground, and it'll slightly increase our essence so we could do it again. So we're gonna do that one. That's everything that we got there. We're gonna be doing mostly the side quests that we have yet to do in the Horns of the South before we move on to the next area. So we're not done with this area just yet. We want to make sure that we have everything done. Make sure everything is on the up and up. We actually do have a few quests already here. This one's in a different area. I don't know what this guy is yet. We need to talk to Gavor, but that's not going to happen till later. Yogin. I see darkness. There are other quests that we could do. Starting with in here. We didn't go in here earlier. I think we came in here once. To Jan's quarters. Talk to this guy.
Oh, sorry. Do I know you? I'm terrible with faces. Either way, glad to make your acquaintance. I'm Jan Heber, a physician raised in Camelot and trained in the Royal Academy.
He has stuff like that we could buy from him. He sells health potions, which is nice. He also sells ingredients for health potions. He sells a origin potion, which we could buy right now, but we're going to hold off on that for a while for now. He also sells books that give us more things to make. We can get this one, which increases which gives us more recipes and stuff like that. This one actually might be better because we're needing stronger health potions. We are certainly missing a lot of things, so we're gonna buy that real quick. Let's see, can we sell anything here? I don't think we can. Not that we can sell any of this. Sure, I guess we could sell this. I think that's about it. All right. No. Oh wait, I forgot to ask him if he needed help with anything. Well, back in there. Whoa. Oh, where'd he go? Where? Oh, he's over here. Is there anything
Why
I can
would
build?
you, though? Don't you have better things to do?
I'm trying to get into the quartermaster's good books.
Aha, got it. So you're up for work not out of the goodness of your heart, but for your own selfish plans.
Yeah. That'd be a good summary.
Understood. It's a good reason. Well, I'd say it's better than most. But all right, if you're a mercenary, then I do have a job for someone who'd be willing to risk their life in exchange for material goods.
I'll need more details.
Back at the Academy, I found an ancient scroll written by the Druids. Forbidden knowledge, especially now, after the mob forced them all into a wicker man and burned every last one of them to ash. I finally deciphered it a little while ago. It describes a ritual that needs to be performed at night within a stone circle. And guess what? There's one in the nearby forest. I guess you already know what I need you to do, hmm?
What's the purpose of this ritual?
That is an excellent question. But I don't know. From what I've been able to decipher, it's a summoning spell to bring something or someone to our world. That being will share its great knowledge with the one brave enough to summon it. I need you to remember what it says and repeat it to me after you're back, word for word.
All right, let's do it. Perfect. Okay. We're going to keep that in our bank for now. We're going to keep talking to the locals, I guess.
If you're here to see the healer, don't bother. He's a quack and a butcher who likes to watch people suffer.
That's a serious accusation.
And I mean it! He's a know-it-all from Camelot, but the truth is, he doesn't know shit. All of those academic types think they're better than us village folk, just because they read a book. We've been getting by just fine without any of their crap.
Why do you say that?
I came to him with a toothache, asked him to make me something for the pain, and you know what he did? He said my tooth is rotten, and then sent me to Osprey to get it pulled out.
Sounds reasonable.
Sounds like horse crap. My grandma was smarter than your lot, and she couldn't even read. She knew how to make a proper potion for toothache. If I were any good at mixing that stuff, I wouldn't need to deal with quacks like Heber. I even gave him my grandma's recipe, but he said it was no good.
Do you still have the recipe?
No, Heber took it, the plonker. Said if I don't know how to make it, I shouldn't have it. And that he doesn't want some questionable homebrew medicine spreading through the keep.
I'll talk to him for you, but not for free.
You will? Oh, you're a lifesaver. Tooth saver, yeah? No matter. Don't worry, I'll give you something very special if you bring me that remedy.
Okay, well, guess we're talking to him again. A keeper with a toothache is complaining that you don't want to help him.
Lanzo knows very well what he must do. I'm sorry, but there's nothing else I can do for him. Either he removes the tooth, or it will keep hurting.
He said something about a remedy.
Yes, his grandma's miracle medicine. I honestly don't have time for village superstitions. I had to confiscate the recipe as well, lest he tries making it himself. As if I don't have enough problems already.
Could I have the recipe?
No, I thought I made myself clear. If you want an excuse to drink yourself to oblivion on moonshine, just drink the moonshine. No need to add other potentially dangerous ingredients.
Potentially dangerous ingredients, like what?
Well, to be fair, the base recipe is pretty harmless. But what if someone decides that if they don't have carnation, it's perfectly fine to substitute it with devil's snare, since the color is more or less the same? Or sage with wolfsbane, because, you know, leaves are leaves. I'm sorry, but unfortunately I know these people well enough not to trust them with something like this.
So, if I combine moonshine, carnation, and sage, I'll get the remedy?
What? How do you... You know what? Fine. Do whatever you want. But if it causes you to shit yourself for 3 days straight, don't come running to me.
Well, I won't be drinking it. Somebody else will. Do I just talk to him? Or do I actually have to make it for him?
Ah, you...
Oh, okay. I gotta actually make it for him. Understandable. I'm sure we have all the ingredients. I mean, I'm not sure. I definitely know we have all the ingredients for it. A carnation, sage, and moonshine. What's going on with it? Take. Carnation, moonshine. Are we out of sage? We must be out of sage. It's not a big deal. I'm sure he's selling a thing of sage. Hey, can I buy some sage from you? Daffodil, Wolfsbane, blah blah blah, burdock root, carnation, sage. Hopefully that counts, because it said toothache remedy, not toothache remedy plus one. Sometimes they can be pretty fickle about stuff like that.
Thank you! Here, take this as my thanks for your help.
Oh, a Menhir figurine. That was really worth doing. That was so worth doing. Holy crap. Guy had a Menhir figurine in his pocket. What the hell?
Good to see you again. The pledge today was very interesting, wasn't it? The certainty in Quartermaster Aymer's voice. Beautiful. Makes one eager to start work.
I'm almost certain you meant Fergus.
Huh? Ah, yes, of course. So, what do you need this time? The pass again? Are we planning a trip to the Stale Lamb? Hey, not this time, my friend. I've run out of ink. I'm waiting for a delivery. Steward Orla will let me know when more arrives. In the meantime, I need to ask you for a favor. So, you in? For the sake of our long friendship?
I've never met you, but sure, we'll do it. Sure, what do you need, pal?
You do know it needs to stay between us. Do you understand? Say you understand.
Okay. I understand.
Fantastic. So, here's the thing. On a recent night out at Ron's, it seems I may have left some sensitive documents at the bar. Documents, with Captain Fergus sealed. But not necessarily sealed by him. You know what I mean. I can't really go there right now. Could you get them back for me? I'm sure it won't be too much of a problem.
Sure.
Splendid. When you have the documents, meet me at the third crowing of the rooster. Or just find me. I'll be around.
Right. There's a guy up here, right? There was, or... was a guy. I already talked to this guy, did his quest about the birds. You, do you have anything?
Were you at the pledge? I didn't see you. Yeah.
Don't worry, man.
Victory over health. Honor over life.
You sound, yeah, you sound tired.
Yeah. Bandits, tribes, Sodomol. Sleep, damn it, is the worst son of a bitch I ever fought. No sleeping, no. The service is eternal. Where would we be if Seawall took naps all the time? You need to serve, not...
How long have you been awake?
I shut my eyes for about 15 minutes every day. Sometimes 20. Besides, a true keeper doesn't sleep. He keeps watch. The Old Mother will reward me after I'm dead. But I'm not gonna lie. That potion from Eber, our physician, works miracles. You could stand on the walls all day and night and not even think about closing your eyes.
Oh, this guy again. Couldn't you ask him for more?
What? Listen, pal, I never asked. I just came in the evenings when I was getting sleepy and took it. And then Jan put it somewhere else. Keeper's vigor. Good stuff.
You know, I think some sleep would do you good.
Shows what you know. Once more, call. Sir.
Oh, they made it talk to him again. Ouch.
Hey, tell me, can you read?
Yeah. Why?
Listen, I'm no good with words. Could you read me a letter from my sister? She's learning how to read and write. Can you believe it? She writes letters to me. I'm so proud of her.
I'll read it for you.
Oh, thanks. Here's the letter.
Brother, ain't good news, sorry. Few red priests came. They wanted to make Mum and some other folks because of the plague. Our dad and some of the other men did not agree. There was a fight, and Father got killed. Now I am taking care of Mom. She's feeling more and more weak. We don't know if the priests are going to come back or what. It's hard, but she asked me to send her love and tell you to keep going and do good things, because because that's the most important thing. It's me, Enid. I'm praying for you. Do we lie to this guy? I think we might have to lie to this guy.
And what?
We don't have a sixth perception.
No, you must have misunderstood something. What do I do now? I don't know. I don't know what to do. I should go back to him, right?
You might get caught. You'd be accused of desertion and killed.
I guess that's true. Yes. Excuse me. I need to be alone.
Feel bad for that guy. Oh, there's shields. Can I grab those? Perfect. You go on trying to help people, but you end up giving them bad news.
Killian is quartermaster and Fergus is captain. Well, that's a roll of the dice I didn't see coming. Guess I'll keep my head down and hope they don't make a mess of things. Are you here to keep me company or put me out of my misery?
What?
Just kidding. Love the view, but this weather is killing me.
Is it always so windy here?
Always windy. Always moist.
Maybe your clothes are too thin.
You don't say. I didn't choose to be here. Our beloved quartermaster sent me to freeze my arse off. He said as punishment for spitting on the good name of the keepers. Whatever the hell that means. I just got drunk in the tavern and lost half my pay. And maybe some of my clothes. But I mean, why would he even care? It was my gold. I can spend it how I please.
So I assume there's something you need.
Oh, aye. I need a warm coat. And I mean the absolute warmest coat you can get, huh? Osprey might have something in stock or know how to make one. I'd ask myself, but he's not exactly speaking with me these days.
Sure, I'll get it for you.
Thanks, friend.
Ouch.
Hope nothing bad happens today.
I need a warm coat.
Huh. It's Radan, isn't it? That ungrateful bastard's still on the wall.
Yes, he told me about your disagreement. Actually, no, we'll do this. No, it's for me.
You don't have to do that, kid. I know it's for him. It's fine.
And I forgave him a long time ago. And now that I think about it, it was a hell of a prank.
So you're not mad at all?
Well, he was right. I am old, but inefficient, stung a little bit. After all, I did my job well, and his sword is as sharp as Excalibur itself.
Don't know about that, but... About the coat, though.
Well, I may not be angry with him anymore, but that doesn't mean I'll work my ass off so that his doesn't freeze. Here's an explanation of how to make it. Feel free to help him out yourself.
Okay. See what it takes to make such a coat. And crafting. Oh, we can make the coat. Easy. Grants an additional optimal dash. Interesting. We're gonna make 2 of those, just so we have one ready to go. Just in case if we need such a thing. And then we're gonna get our way back up there. Oh, that didn't work. Probably just be best if I just walked up the stairs. Warm coat.
Oh, thank you, friend. Let me repay your kindness. Even though I don't have much, I can at least tell you about something I saw a little while ago. It might be interesting for an adventurer like you. See those rocks near the shore? When it gets dark, sometimes I see a light there. I'm no sure what it could be, though. A bandit camp this close to the Horns? Impossible. The Daliata? No way. They wouldn't hide like that. Maybe something else entirely? It's probably nothing, but maybe you could find something interesting or valuable there.
Okay, thanks.
Farewell.
Track that so we can go grab it. Don't go the fast way and plummet to our death. Ooh. They make strong health potions. Interesting.
Huh, so much for a secluded cave keeping visitors away. Seems like there's no one on this island to hide in peace. Ah well, since you're here, I have an important question. Do you have any food?
Who are you?
I promise to answer all of your questions, no matter how annoying or asinine they might be. But first, do you have any food?
Sure.
Oh dear. Yes, food. That stuff you put in your mouth to make sure your body doesn't wither and die, you know? Fish, meat, vegetables, bread. Oh, some bread would be especially nice. But I'll take anything, really.
There you go. Do we have any bread? If we have bread, we could give him some bread. I guess we don't have any bread. We'll give him some mashed potatoes.
Thanks. I'll be forever indebted to you. But don't expect much. The only payment I can offer you is seashells. Or, you know, access to an infinite well of ancient druidic wisdom. I'd rather you choose wisdom. I threw out my collection of seashells a few days ago after I stepped on them with my bare feet. Much better. Time for a nap.
A friend found an ancient druidic scroll. Can you tell me more about it?
Oh, you know what would be nice? A bath. I do miss baths.
You live by the sea. You can take a bath. You can take as many baths as you want.
I suppose when someone says they miss the taste of roast pork, you tell them to go lick a pig.
I do, yes.
Show me the scroll. Yes, I see. Well, you should definitely follow the ritual. Just make sure you do everything exactly as it is written. I'm sorry, I can't tell you anymore, but it is essential that you discover it for yourself. Revealing the details would spoil the effect.
Right.
The pursuit of knowledge often requires taking great risks. Now, off you hop. The ritual awaits.
Okay. There was food in these crates. Boom. We leveled up. Hell yeah. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole. Almost nighttime. Lock chest. Ooh. A Keeper's tag. Gem of stamina. Ultimate lightning. Got a new set of gloves. Actually, we've got a new set of a lot of things. The druidic set is basic armor for mages. It's kind of a early game armor, but this one, stamina costs 20% less while dual wielding, which is awesome. Which might be useful if we really want to do dual wielding. Not off the table. We just can't block out here. Alright then. I think that's everything. We're level up. Get more in the way of daggers. Lead is pretty cool. We do perception. Toss some fuel in the fire, and then fast travel back to the holds. Actually, we're going to fast travel over to the village. Oh, let's go in here. See what's inside. Probably just a guy's house. Ah. Let's see. People sleeping. Makes sense, actually. I think should probably be nothing that we do. Okay. Also, here's a house we could potentially buy for $20,000. We might buy it eventually, but not right now. You look important. Oh, well. Never mind. You're just a guy. You're a keeper.
Hell, look at this. The old place is in a shambles. Bunch of decrepit old coots. They do nothing but shuffle around, stare at walls, and sleep under leaking roofs. Can't even hammer a nail properly. I'm telling you, if I was still working here, this place wouldn't be falling apart. Ah, but I'm not. Ah, shite. I can't even stand to look at it, let alone live here.
And who are you? What you want? You another one of Daraj's freeloaders?
Garage?
What do you take me for? A senile old idiot? I know that my boy keeps sending all of you little piss-ants to snoop around his old man. Oh, how worried he must be. Ho ho. How did you all get it into your stupid heads that I am ill, huh? That's bullshit. Everyone's going on about how old Gabon's gonna keel over any time soon. And me? Still here, ain't I? Arseholes. I'm old enough to know what I'm talking about. I served my time. I've lived my life. And now you can all kiss my arse. So there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I swear, each one's dumber than the last. Listen, they wanted Heaver, that healer from the keep, to come here. He did. They wanted him to look me over. He did. Then he just threw up his hands, mumbled something to himself, and that was it. Hell, I should have been an healer. Wouldn't mind going around being a pain in everyone's arse for a living. These herbs, no idea what they're for. Heber said he doesn't know what's wrong with me, so there's no illness. I'm fit as a fiddle. Good thing that at least the one guy who hangs around, Finley's the name, doesn't nag me all the time.
So you're Daraj's father?
You sure have a lot of questions. Grab me a drink first, then we'll see.
Here. I'll give you one. Sure.
So, what was your question? That's what he says anyway. But yeah, he's my blood. Eager like me, and look at that bulbous nose. Won't this so much clearly mine? But I ain't gonna talk with a stranger.
Father and son together in the horns must be rare.
It's like half the blighters here don't have working peckers, or they've never even touched a woman.
Finley is your caregiver?
Why all the poking around? Get me something to drink, and we'll talk.
Okay.
Hold on. Finley is not my caregiver. He's my helper at most. Hey, first of all, I'm not a cripple who needs a decrepit dimwit running round after me. Secondly, do you know the problem with having a helper who's mute? He doesn't bloody talk. I mean, it's not all bad. At least I don't have to listen to even more bullshit. He puffs up like a marshmallow every time he tries to say something. But I don't understand shit.
Alright. Well. Go back in this house, because there was a guy with the name on it. We might as well see what he has to say. Or... what? Retired keeper, retired keeper. Well, we can at least go to the end. There's something in there. Ah. You look important.
Excuse me, could you get me a clean glass? And I mean clean, not just wiped 3 times with a dirty rag.
I'm sorry, but who are you? Or actually, I'm not your servant. Bring in yourself.
Well, I'm sorry if you felt offended. I won't bother you anymore. Well,
Oh, well, alright.
Who are you? Another refugee? This place is already crawling with your lot. It's like a Camelosian privy after a feast. In my day, you only saw old, familiar faces round here. and maybe we didn't all love each other. But a local is a local. It was easier to share with others, even when you didn't have much.
I'm not a refugee.
That's so. Fine. Whatever you say. But yeah, I could see that you don't really look like one of them. Just passing through then. Shame it had to be now. Not so long ago, we'd have sat down and had a drink with the rest of the lads. Now I come here alone.
Why are you sitting here on your own?
I don't know. But you could put something on the table, and then maybe we can talk.
God, people everywhere. I'm
Thank you. That's better. We used to come here, the three of us. Me, Berg, and Fenley. But lately, something's gotten into Berg, and it all kinda fell apart. Hell knows what happened. One day he just stopped talking to us. We went to his house to get him, but he only cursed a blue streak at us. Say, mate, do you feel like talking to an old obla? I feel bad for him, but I've got no more patience. And Finley. Let's just say Finley's no good at this stuff.
gonna mute. Yeah, I'll speak with him.
Now you're talking. Ever since he got so maudlin, Berg usually sits along where I see. Let me know what's wrong with him.
Drinking buddies. Do you have anything to request? Some time ago, one of the keepers left something important. Documents.
No, I don't recall anything like that.
He said he left them. He left them after the last drinking bout. Actually, he said they would have. They should still be at the Stale Lamb Tavern.
But that means... No. Impossible. What if... Holy moonshine. I remember. Sigibald. It was Sigibald who left those documents behind. I've no idea how you found out about it. Sigi. He's dead. Taken by a fever.
Alive or dead, no difference. Do you have the documents or not?
Aye, of course I have. I didn't just throw them in some cabinet. I was afraid they'd fall into the wrong hands. He was a good man. I wouldn't get rid of my only memento of him. Here, after what you said, I assume you'll make good use of them. Even though I'm still not sure what to think about it. Things are getting weirder and weirder in our beloved Avalon.
Thanks. Tell me more about this guy.
Well, he died like he lived, with a tankard in his hand. The boys always said Sigi was a friend with 5 others. And he was. He was a prankster like no other. Once, he slipped a rotten egg into the quartermaster's dinner. Never a dull moment with him, that's for sure.
Thanks. Need to go.
No problem. Listen, if by some miracle you really talked with Sigibald, please, give him my warm regards. I don't understand anything anymore.
See you later, Stinky. What did you have to sell? Don't remember. Oh, it's just food. I could have gotten that guy, some bread after all. I thought there was a guy here. Guess there's not. That guy in the corner.
Oi. You're not from around here, are you? Come on. Sit down and tell me something about the world out there.
What do you want to know?
Don't know. If I knew what to ask, I'd have asked it already.
There's not much to tell. It's the same everywhere.
Now that I believe. Everywhere's a mess. Even here. I remember when we were held in the same regard as Camelot. Look at
us now. They're taking in wimps. It's nothing like the old days.
Anything interesting happen around here?
Filth everywhere. And it reeks of fish. Everyone's terrified of the weirdness. It's hard to believe I've lived long enough to see times like these. Not that long ago, we used to scare kids with stories about the weirdness. Now, grown men wet themselves if we tell the same tales. Honestly, I'm done with it all. I don't even recognize this world anymore. And I don't want to.
And what do you think of Fergus?
Don't even get me started. Fergus always claims he's busy, but for the life of me, I can't figure out what he actually does. Probably just pretends to work. I talk to Riderick from the museum sometimes, but that one's a real know-it-all. We always end up arguing about how things used to be. If you ask me, they're all just as bad as each other. It's never gonna be the same again. My brothers are gone, and I'm left here, all alone.
Do you remember the sunken village?
Huh? Of course I do. In my day, it wasn't sunken. It was a beautiful, lively place. Pilgrims would visit the All-Mother's Temple and Excalibur, and end up in the village. It broke my heart when I heard about the flooding. They say the Druids caused it, but who really knows? It doesn't matter now who did or didn't do what. It's over, that's all.
Can you tell me about the old traditions in the Horns of the South?
We had a beautiful tradition. Choosing new keepers was done differently back then. You had to lie down and sleep in a special spot, but that's all I'm gonna say. It's a secret, and it looks like it'll die with me.
All right.
Now go on, leave.
Might as well do all that. Since we're here. All right. I think you're the only person we have left to talk to.
Hello, child. You look competent enough. I can see that you're not of noble blood. Oh, no need to tell me that. I have tutored the children of aristocrats from all over Avalon. Fortunately for you, my opinion of them is not particularly high. Oh, and you don't look like one of the locals. Are you a visitor? Or an adventurer?
What is this about?
You can talk. Now, I'm sure we'll get along. My name is Lady Elaine. I oversee the Farshire Library, the greatest collection of books in this part of Avalon.
Great to meet you. What are you doing here?
Oh, biding my time until a brave adventurer with a death wish comes along and asks if there's anything they can help me with. Oh,
now.
Surprising. I'm looking for someone who will help me find a certain artifact. So, are you interested, child?
This child needs to know more details first.
I came to the Horns of the South because I found a fascinating book. It referred to a certain object, a figure most likely, which has the ability to dispel the wordness like a menhir can. Apparently, It can be found on the ship called Andraste, which sank over 100 years ago somewhere in this area. However, when I asked those nincompoops about it, they just laughed at me. They said that the Andraste wasn't carrying anything of value, and even if it was, they wouldn't freeze their butts off in those chilly waters.
Tell me about this book.
The Last Voyage of the Andraste by Elvis the Lightkeeper. He was one of the more notable keepers. In his waning years, he became an adjutant to Captain Lex. But it's best if you read it yourself. You can read, can't you? But just be very careful. This is a very rare publication. Read it very carefully, and after you're done, come to me, and I'll tell you more. A deal?
Sure.
And they say young people don't want to learn anything. Come on.
I think we already have this book. I believe we already have. Actually, I think we already have this book. Elvis the Lightkeeper. The Last Voyage of the Andraste. It was not a good place, especially not for humans. The odd instruments used to be gods know what. The signs written in a strange language, and that disturbing figure. To this day, the mere memory of it makes me shiver. And to think that all of this was, and maybe still is, lurking so close to the horns of the South. If you ask me, they should bury the entrance to that mine and seal it up forever. I tried to convince Captain Lex not to take anything from that accursed chambers, but he wouldn't listen. The four-armed figure didn't look like all that much to me, but I could see how alluring it was to the captain. It reminded me of those strange men here, as I heard about from the inland villagers, only not so impressive in stature. On the captain's orders, we threw the cargo into the hold and steered towards the Isle of the Dead and its island asylum. Isle of the Dead. Writing these words and reflecting on everything that's happened afterwards, I realize how cruel that name is. I was wrenched from my musings by the roaring sound, almost like a clap of thunder. It knocked me off my feet, flinging me at the mast like a rag doll. It took me a while to realize that something had hit the bottom of the ship. Something huge. Water flooded the deck. People were running around screaming. Well, at least those who hadn't already been thrown overboard earlier. I had no idea what had happened. Did Nolly ram us into some rocks? Then came another blow, this time portside. That was when I saw her. Every sailor in the South has heard stories of the terror from the deep, and there she was. Her scaly body gleamed before my eyes for only a moment, but it was a sight I will never forget as long as I live. The ship was sinking, yet I could not stop staring at the spot where I had seen the sea monster. A moment later, a piece of the mast hit me in the head, and I lost consciousness. To this day, I do not know whether I owed my survival to the will of the gods, a twist of fate, or a whim of the monster. Why me? Was I chosen to tell this story? If so, then that is what I shall do, and I humbly offer my thanks to forces I cannot comprehend for giving me the chance to fulfill this task. Okay.
And? Have you read The Last Voyage of the Andraste?
I did, yes.
But according
Oops.
to Elvis the Lightkeeper, in the mine near the Horns of the South, they found something that they took with them on the ship. Do you remember what that was, child?
A figure of the sea monster.
And you're telling me you've read it? By the All-Mother. Come back when you've done more.
Oh.
Have you read?
Well, I don't really care. Figurines.
That's right. This is the artifact I'm looking for. One that might be vital to repelling the wordness. According to Elvis's description. The figure is smaller than a menhir, and light enough that they were able to carry it to the ship without any trouble. Were it small, it would probably have been placed in Captain Lex's quarters instead of in the hold. I've estimated it should be about 1 meter tall. Good. Next question. What was the Andraste's destination?
The Island Asylum.
Correct. Be very careful with what I'm about to tell you. But some believe that the Red Priests are dedicated to studying the wordness instead of the Red Death. Captain Lex must have thought they'd pay him generously for a four-dwell artifact. Last question. What sank the Andraste?
A sea monster.
Yes, you did well, child. I can see that you were paying attention. According to Elvis, the Andraste was sunk by the legendary terror from the deep. But if you want to know more, ask your keeper friends. They should be much better informed. Now, all you need to do is find the wreck of the Andraste and retrieve the mysterious figure.
Where exactly did she sink?
Oh, if only I knew. It must have happened somewhere on the way between the Horns of the South and the Island Asylum. Oh, but where exactly? Fortunately, I know something that could help us. In the Horns of the South Museum, there are some extremely interesting books and documents lying around and collecting dust. Can you imagine having such treasures at hand and choosing to completely ignore them? Oh, barbarians! Among them, you'll find the Andraste's logbook, which was saved by Elvis. I've read it, of course, but I know nothing about sailing. I'm sure such a competent child as yourself will handle it much better. Go to the Horns of the South Museum, read the logbook, and then tell me whether you managed to locate the wreck of the Andraste.
I think we already know where this is, though. I think we already know where this is, yeah. I'm trying to think. Wreck of the Andraste. It's right over there. I wonder if we could just skip all of this and go straight to there? That's only one way to find out. Worst case scenario is nothing happens. Take this back. The people here might have respawned. Maybe? Nope, they didn't respawn yet. Yeah, what if we just go straight to the Andraste wreck? Didn't know there was a hammer there, but cool. Floating piece of rope, nothing attached to it. Perfect. Oh, it clearly ain't over here. So I guess we gotta do this in order. You kind of want to see what that hammer does, though. Huh. Neat. Ah, the floor didn't load in. Riddick, I heard you have a logbook from the Andraste. Is that true? And can I see it?
Do you mean the document with information about the course, weather, position, and speed of the ship, as well as all of the stops and other occurrences kept by the captain or the first mate? More specifically, the document from the bridge of the Andraste, which sank tragically in nearby waters in the year 513. Indeed, we have it. Please wait here. Here it is, though I doubt those records will tell you anything, since the weirdness surrounding Avalon made sailing impossible. The knowledge of the precepts of navigation has been forgotten.
So it's useless. There's no way to find the Andraste.
Oh, no. We know that. You should have mentioned that you're looking for the wreck of the Andraste rather than the logbook. Every keeper knows that the Andraste was swallowed by the ocean. It's near what's currently known as Smuggler's Bay. Here, I'll mark it on your map.
Okay. Guess we're going back to the Andraste where we just were. Discoverable area over here. Probably another druidic shrine, which we will definitely pray at. Oh, I don't have an animal component. I don't have an animal component. Can I find a random animal? Wait. Well, actually, no. You're not an animal, so you can't. You can't get anything. Oh, I can take your potential. Perfect. I even took your shirt. It's alright. Oh, am I still being chased by someone? Give me the fucking I can't get the plane. What? The Droner's Heart don't count? It's so stupid. I want to soak as much experience from this place as possible. There we go. See, that wasn't difficult, was it? Corpse. Maybe we're supposed to swim out there? Unless I'm supposed to, like, interact with that chest again, which could be the case. But I doubt it. We did get documents from that guy. Will help us. Andraste's logbook. 12th of Hawthorne Moon, 518. Helmsman and Knoll insists that he saw a dark shape under the water and a fin the size of a sail. If I find that he's been drinking at the helm, he will not escape the consequences. I'll keep my eyes peeled just in case. It's been nothing but drizzle since dawn, and the wind makes every raindrop sting like a pin. Thankfully, we will reach the southern coast. 1 hour, 2 knots southwest. The second one, the drizzle stopped sometimes in the night, and the dawn welcomed us with pleasant weather. No sails on the horizon except a few fishing boats near the Horns of the South. We are headed towards the island asylum. It should be a short, peaceful journey. Only 2 logs? Crazy. What am I even looking for? This one. This is a lot of work for a boat. Okay, we're out of the perimeter. Is the island rock in the middle? Yeah, it is. It's, or not really in the middle. It is area. There's this island. Did we ever go to that island? It could be on. It is in this perimeter. Oh wait, there's also a flag on top. I wonder if we can get up there. Let's strike this small. Nothing? I'm beginning to think this thing is real. Somebody got up there. I'm trying to figure out how I can get up there. Okay. Unless I mean, I did pick up. I think we did pick up a logbook from the wreck earlier. It's the very beginning. Fast travel to the village. Ron's Tavern. The okay, guess not. Maybe. Well, actually, no. These are recipes. Talk to you. Well, if not, we can find it. We can find it later. It's not. There is one thing I wanted to do before we end up stream today, because we want to end it off soon. There's one thing that we need to do. We need to go to the Arc Spire. Since we got Excalibur, or we have part of the soul, we hit this, get a portal. The weirdness is a purpose in and of itself, and creation within or through the weirdness requires no explanation. It simply becomes, and then it is. The weirdness is a field of unfulfilled potentialities, where anything can happen, things beyond imagination. The only limits are our minds and our understanding. It takes shape according to our will, our emotions, and our thoughts. We cannot shut ourselves off from it. The kingdom beyond sent their ambassador to maintain the balance. The Everdweller. Only one thing is known for certain. The Everdweller cannot survive far from the boiling primordial weirdness of Tathon, our capital. Does this mean that the weirdness exists beyond Avalon as well? That it's a force, a substance that enshrouds and imbues all of reality with its potential? Avalon is just a midpoint between the far simpler human reality and the timeless kingdom beyond the stars. It is fascinating to gaze upon the land of men and see all that commotion. They live, they die, and even their vanishing has a purpose. One can mourn what is lost, in that one can celebrate the growth of new life. Their decadence differs from ours, for theirs, in the end, has a conclusion. Oh, we're gonna heal real quick, because this is, I didn't realize we were that low in health. Just gonna do a little bit of that. Bloodstain. Each swing deals 1 damage to you, but each hit applies bleed. Restores 10 health after killing an enemy. There is no place as beautiful and primal as this. When we discovered it for the first time, it felt as though it had been created for us. One of the earliest, most untouched places on Avalon, unmarked by our actions, and yet we felt such a deep connection to it. We decided to weave new lives here, from thought and intention, from potential, shaped after our deepest desires. And for the Weaver, we chose the purest among us.
Come on, inside. Step forward. After all, you know me well. Take off your mask now. It's your home. Welcome, little prince. Why the sullen look? Aren't you glad to see me? You finally made it here. It must have taken quite a long time.
Who are you?
So, you don't remember me. I'm afraid it might have something to do with the form in which I see you now. This body and soul, they're much different from what I expected. But to answer your question, I am the Weaver. And though it may be hard for you to believe, a part of you knows me all too well.
Where exactly am I?
It is a place where my prince was woven from the threads of pure potential. The Pale Lady was relentless in her desire to fulfill her vision of an offspring, modeled after those she watched so eagerly. It displeases me that you don't remember. I'd envisioned your return and our meeting quite differently. But now it all makes sense. Now I understand why you need that shard.
Shard? What shard?
The shard of the prince's memory. It is shattered. Much like the fragmented memory of the king that lingers within you. I'd gladly speak with him, but something is preventing him from manifesting.
I don't know what you're talking. How do you know about the king inside me?
I don't know all the details. What I do know is that after our prince was murdered by our kin, his potential, what you humans might call a soul, did not perish. The prince had been deeply fascinated by humans, and so after his death he manifested in one of them. That person was Arthur, the man who would one day become your king.
So, Arthur was a Ford dweller in some way.
Arthur was a man, mortal like any other, but ambitious like fear. But yes, his origins are far more complicated. This is a tale of two separate realities that, through a series of specific events, began to intersect, forming a single knot. Everything that has happened, and everything that will happen, is meant to decide the fate of that knot. And we, as you likely already know, have been pulled into all of this.
So what now?
Our meeting comes to an end. I regret how brief it is, but my role in your story was always meant to be insignificant.
Cool guy. And just like that, we have another scope, another point for the King's Soul, which means we can get another thing useful for our endeavors. Finishers restoring 400% more King's Souls would be pretty nice, don't you think? And with all that, we're going to end the stream off here, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys later.